2025 might have given us the best individual coaching season of all time, and I'm worried it's going to get lost to history. What if I told you that there's a team with a 10.5 over under win total, and then they lost their best defensive player for the season in week 3, lost their other best defensive player in week 7, their quarterback missed time in 10 games, their best wide receiver never stepped on the field, their second best wide receiver missed 8 games, their all pro tight end also missed 8 games, and their first round pick missed half the season? That sounds like a disaster, right? Well, despite all that, Kyle Shanahan dragged the 49ers to a 12-5 record and won a playoff game against the reigning Super Bowl champs. I think everyone considers Kyle Shanahan to be one of the best offensive minds in the league, but this was truly a masterclass in 2025. I don't think I've ever seen a team suffer through this magnitude of injuries to such important players and still perform at such a high level. Going into week 18, he had this team playing for the 1 seed in a first round bye. Sure, you could say he still had Christian McCaffrey and Trent Williams, and while still playing really well, Trent Williams is 37 at this point. McCaffrey wasn't exactly a spring chicken either. He's 29, which is pretty old for running back, and I definitely think he was starting to show his age. The speed numbers from Next Gen Stats back that up too. He didn't go above 20 miles per hour once the entire season, and he also only averaged 3.9 yards per carry, which is the lowest since getting to San Francisco. My point isn't to say that these guys are bad now, but maybe we should give the offensive mastermind who's pulling the strings a little bit more credit for keeping these guys so productive. Throughout most of the season, this team was severely hamstrung at the most important positions. Quarterback, edge, wide receiver, interior defensive line. The only spot that he really got good play out of at a premium position was tackle. Losing your quarterback for 8 games is usually a death sentence. Like, look at the Bengals. There's also the fact that the depth on this roster wasn't that great either. Look at the 49ers past several drafts, and you can see why their roster is a bit depleted from spots like 12 through 55. His coaching staff has been drained too. Sure, he did get Robert Saleh back to run the defense, but he's lost all of his offensive assistants the past few years. Mike McDaniel, Bobby Slowick, Clint Kubiak. You can't forget the level of competition either. He had to play the Rams and the Seahawks twice each, who I consider to be the 2 best teams in the NFL last year, and the Seahawks a 3rd time in the playoffs. Obviously, the season didn't end in a ring or even a deep playoff run, but that shouldn't stop us from recognizing it for what it was. I honestly don't think we've ever seen a head coach do more with less. While Shanahan's offenses have always outperformed his talent, this was his magnum opus.